Looking for love guidance or tips on how to date someone? Maybe you're single and playing the dating game, or in a long-term relationship. There's something to be learned about how to recognize love. Tune in to True Love Knots by Maria Romano as she deep dives into everything about love, dating advice, wedding tips, entrepreneurship, and so much more. No matter your relationship status, Maria Romano has something to teach you about love, romance, staying together, breaking up, and everything in between.
Hey everybody, Maria Romano here, True Love Knots. I'm running a little late this week, but I wanted to bring you my Reader's Digest version of the Golden Bachelor episode number 6. So for those of you that have not seen that, okay, so Gary is now down to 3 women. And I think it's very, very interesting. He got to visit their homes and he got to meet their children. Now, I want to share something with you. As somebody that is a widow, that I have been out in the dating world, meeting someone's children is, you know what? It's not as easy as meeting somebody's parents. You know, your parents know you're going to grow up, you're going to get out of the house, right? And you're not going to stay with them forever. However, your children are, you know what? Children can definitely be a little bit more judgmental. Oh, and don't mind my hair today. I was out in the wind. I just came from a convention and I'm going to be going back out tonight. But I wanted to bring this to you. You know, I want to take a moment and stop right here and pause and talk about if you're in the dating world and you're going to meet someone's children. And remember something, even though they might be the ones that initiated that their parent find someone. They might have put their parent online, maybe got them out there to certain, networking events to meet people and they met someone. Sometimes when they meet somebody and you're crazy about each other, it can cause a little bit of tension and a little bit of, and I'm going to use the word jealousy. I'm going to say it quite cautiously because children, no matter what, they don't want to feel like they're being replaced. And it's really no different when children, right, are in a relationship, in a mixed family, when their parents divorce when they're young and then they remarry. And then maybe there's more children that their parents have, or, there are other stepchildren. And there's always that need to feel like, where do I fit in and how I'm going to fit in? And I think the same thing occurs too when it comes to children that are going to meet their parents' partner for the first time, and their children in their 40s, their 50s, 30s, 40, whatever age, and grandkids. When you bring somebody into your life, you might say, well, my children, they don't really count. It's me. No, okay. That is baloney. That is BS, because children do make a difference and they can make or break the relationship. And they can definitely make or break the relationship when they welcome somebody into the family. Now, it takes time. It takes time to know that person, to like that person, and to trust that person. It's just like sales, right? Know, like, and trust. So when you're walking into this type of relationship, remember, tread cautiously, be who you are. Don't be overly friendly, and I always recommend don't use a lot of a PDA unless the other partner initiates it. And even then, because still, kids are still uncomfortable if they see their father or mother kiss somebody else. Or even if it's their biological parent, it's still uncomfortable. And we saw a lot of that, okay, on The Golden Bachelor. Boy, Gary's lips are definitely getting around. So let's get back to this last episode. Now, I've had a few friends call me, and I have a friend that thinks he's just the cat's meow. And then I have another friend that says, oh my God, he is so emotional, he needs therapy. And let's face it, the man is 71? He'll be 72. Well, he's 72 now. And he's back in the dating world. He was with the only woman that he knew. I mean, he might have dated and had maybe some short relationships between when his wife, I believe Tony, passed. But, you got to give him grace, okay? This is new. He's thrust into the limelight. You really think that you're prepared for it, but sometimes you're really not prepared for it. And, it takes a special person. I think the younger bachelor and bachelorettes have their egos that get in the way, whereas now as we're a little older, hopefully we're past that. So Gary got to go visit these 3 women, right, in their hometown. So there was Theresa, there was Faith, and there was Lesley. Those are the three. And have you noticed the correlation? All brunettes. All brunettes. He definitely would not have liked this girl. I mean, definitely I'm a brunette, but I do have red hair and some blonde. So that's the first thing. And the second thing that I noticed, now everybody thought, oh my, he told Faith and he told Lesley and their family that he loved them. Well, first of all, he told two women that he loved them. But did you notice he didn't tell Theresa? Now, you might be thinking, he doesn't love Theresa. I think Theresa is the one. I think, listen, remember, this is TV, okay? So there's got to be something where the rug is pulled out from under you. So I'm going to call it, and I said this from the beginning, I think it's Theresa. Now, I don't know. I don't have any inside scoop or anything like that. But I do think it was Theresa. Personally, from what I gleaned, I felt that Gary fitted in very well with Theresa's family. It more or less matched his lifestyle. Now, with Faith, you saw, she has her roots tied to where she lives, and I can't blame her. And it's tough, okay? But you can still have two homes, but I don't think that's going to work for both of them. And then I think Lesley is a great, great woman, okay? I think she's lovely and charming. She said she's made bad choices. We all made bad choices sometimes with people that we've had in our lives, and this might be the right choice. So, I think Lesley and her family, her brother was almost like he was the mafia there, because he took care of Lesley, when her father, obviously, I believe he committed suicide. So he's been taking charge of the family. And I think that Lesley's family, again, just like all of them, rallied around their moms or their sister, right? And they're there for them. But at the same time, they want their parent to be chosen. But we know it's only going to wind up being one, right? It can't be three because we don't do triple or quadruple, whatever it is, relationships. Although I performed one triple ceremony in my career, although it's not legal, I will say that. And that was tough. But point is I think Gary, now we won't know because there's one more episode if I'm correct. And we'll know who he has chosen. And he didn't choose the last person, the last two that he's down to. Did you notice he just started bawling? And I think he's a very, very emotional man. And I love emotion in a man. But I also think that Gary's going to have his challenges when the show is finished. And, I wonder if he's going to wind up staying with whoever he's chosen, because what I think is there's going to be a whole new world for him and for all of the women that were on as well. I think this is going to be like they're going to have their choice of whoever they want to go out with. So like Theresa said, I gave her credit. She has never brought anybody home to her children. And I think Theresa has more in common with him. So if you had to put down the commonality, and they say, this is what they say, I don't know, but they say you can fall in love with somebody. You can fall in love if you choose to. So we have to wait to see what's going to happen. We have Thursday night. So I don't know. I might not be home in time, but I'm definitely going to watch it. And I want to see what you think. First of all, I want to know, what do you think about dating and meeting your partner's family? And I'm not talking about their mom or dad. I'm talking about their children and grandchildren. That's important, because whoever you bring into your life, they are an example of they're going to be around. You want them to set an example for your grandchildren and your children as well. And are they ready for it? And that's why sometimes it's important when you date somebody that they have a very similar background. They don't have to have an exact background, but a similar background just makes it a little easier as we get more mature. I don't want to use that word old, right? We're not old. We're just more mature and seasoned. So I'd like to know what you think, and I'd like to know who you think Gary's going to pick. So in the meantime, we've got a few more days, and I want to thank all of you for listening. And remember, as I always say, stay healthy, happy, and safe, and spread love. Have a great day. Bye.